Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
From Studio A in sunny Florida, welcome to Beauty and the Beach Radio, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. Today's show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And here's your host and glamour girl, makeup artist, Cindy Goetz.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. We missed you. We hope you had a great week. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're talking about today a new sport that I love. Tried it for the first time last year, and big announcement, I think I'm going to do it again this year. So we're going to be talking about sports, but before we do, Cindy, you and I went and saw a super fun sports-related movie last night. Do you want to tell them what we went and saw?
80 for Brady.
I feel like we should have one of those jerseys on,
Yeah,
you
we
know?
should. With the sparkles.
Yes, I gotta tell you, if you want, and Cindy, on the way home from the movies last night, from us watching 80s for Brady, I called Mom and Dad, and I said, Dad, if you want to take Mom out for Valentine's, it's a cute, feel-good movie, you should take her. He's like, okay. And I know you're not a huge Tom Brady fan, and it was your idea to go see that movie, so I'm surprised, but you actually enjoyed it.
Oh, I had a good time. I mean, I'm a fan because he's good at football, but not whatever. We'll just leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
And, you know, I was pretty sure it was based on a true story loosely, and it did confirm that at the end of the movie. So it's based on these 4 older ladies that go to the Super Bowl to see Tom Brady.
To see the Patriots
the
and
Patriots?
yeah, and the whole
yes. Yeah, it was
totally cool.
It was so cute and fun.
It was.
So I encourage you guys, if maybe you know, your sport is watching movies, I say go to it. It's so cute and so fun. You'll really, really enjoy it.
Yeah,
so thank you, Cindy, for calling me and saying, let's go. So
and you know what? Just note to you, I figured out what I asked you last night when we were leaving.
What was
Remember
that?
I said, I don't understand how she did blah, 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 and I figured it out.
How?
That's why she hocked everything. I don't want to give stuff away for the movie. So those tickets were really expensive, and so was the other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's how I was like, duh. Ooh, hello.
Anyway, go see it. You'll know what we're talking about. But I just wish we had pom-poms last night in the movie theater. I was feeling the vibe.
We were cheering.
We were. The whole studio was. It wasn't just us Cindy's being, you know, enthusiastic. Yeah. At the end of the movie, everybody clapped. It was super cute.
It was so good,
All right, 80s for Brady. Go see it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, we're talking about a new I call it sport. It's kind of actually a combo, but I did it last year for the first time, and I'm so excited. I believe I'm going to do it again. I've not officially signed up yet, but I'm super excited, and we have the race director here. We are talking about the Vero Beach Triathlon. Please welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio, Walter Harnish Figure. Oh, Harnish Figure. Did I get it on the second time?
No,
I tried too hard, didn't I? Harnish Figure.
By next year, you'll have my name mastered.
Right. Oh, that's true. That's true, Wally. So, okay, we're talking about the triathlon. This is actually the 3rd annual.
It is 3rd annual.
How about that?
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
It
Terrific.
is so awesome. And I went on Facebook and I see that you are gathering some of my favorite businesses in town. And you've got some from last year that sponsored. You got some new ones. You got Pac Mill. You've got Gould Cooksey. You've got Level Yoga. So a lot of new businesses. The Book Center. Hey, Chad. Hope to see you at the race this year. So a lot of fun people, a lot of fun businesses.
Yeah, you know, I really, I take the sponsorship solicitation very seriously because it's important to have a lot of diverse companies behind this event. And yeah, we have some terrific ones. Vatland also, Vatland Automobiles is a sponsor, Bicycle Sport. And we do have some new ones, Pac Mail and Level Yoga. And we also have an individual sponsor. There's no reason why you have to be a firm or a company. And this gentleman I don't know too well, his name's Robert Netland, and he's a bicyclist, so he's not a triathlete per se, but he just likes what we're doing here. He thinks it's great for the community. It's a healthy event. And he appeared at my door a few weeks ago and gave me a check. So he also is an individual sponsor. So it's a great cross section that we have.
Love that. Wally, let's be clear. So now that I'm seasoned and going into my second year as a triathlon entry, technically, what is a triathlon? What is the tri in there?
Right. Triathlon is swim, bike, and run. Okay. So there are 3 different disciplines. And it's challenging because you have to do 3 different things. Mm-hmm. And when people get into the sport, maybe they're good at 1, maybe 2, but not all 3. So there's lots of room for improvement. And because there are 3 sports, it's quite a demanding and challenging sport. But I don't want to paint a picture that it's impossible, because my heavens, you did it, you had fun, and that's really what it's all about.
I want to be clear, because I do say it and people get really impressed. I'm like, well, I did the relay. I had 2 other friends, Mona and Emily, that were my teammates. Emily was my swimmer and Mona was my cyclist. But I say that also to make sure that if, Wally, we could reach out to some people that they're just like me last year. Okay, I've never done a triathlon. It's a fun way to dip your toe, if you will, into that environment, because it's kind of a whole vibe, a whole world in itself.
Absolutely, yeah. Relay is fun, and you can do what you do the best, and the camaraderie and the dynamics between the other teammates is really fun. So you're right; it's a great place to start, and hopefully we'll have additional relays. Now, one thing I would like to say, you don't need 3 people to do a relay. You need only 2 if you can't get 3. And so what that means is one of the 2 will do 2 of the events, and then the other will do the remaining one.
Eventually, and maybe I'll do this next year, Wally, I thought about doing 2 out of the 3.
Cindy, why don't you just do the individual, and you can do all 3.
I'm a turtle. But so I'm a runner. So the running is easy. Right. I think the next time I'll do run and swim, because I can swim, and in my opinion, it seems to be the hardest leg. You can tend to find a cyclist before you can find a swimmer when it comes to the relay positions.
Let me interject on that.
Yeah.
You're right to maybe the typical person, the swim is the most challenging, but we have, and you probably saw some last year, we have terrific swimmers that get into triathlon. In other words, they do triathlon because they love to swim. Yeah. And the profile of the typical triathlete, I guess I would say, is someone who runs or swims, or runs and swims, and they usually get into the sport. Rarely do we have a straight cyclist get in, because really they like to concentrate only on cycling. So if you like to swim, which you do, and you do run, you really enjoy running, it's a good sport to get into, because we all know how to ride a bike, and you'll get better the more you do on the bike.
Wally, as my first year, and by the way, my teammates Mona and Emily, we were all first timers, so it was a little intimidating, I can't lie, but I want to set the scene for those, because I do want this to grow. I love what you're putting on, Wally. I think it's fantastic. It was first class, but Mona, the cyclist, and I showed up first. And there's a whole transition area that we'll talk about. And you did, prep me on that. So we're kind of walking into that transition area. And Wally, everybody's got you can tell the ones that are pros quote unquote, if you will, with their fancy bicycles and their gear, and they're zipping around, and we felt like kids at the first day of school. You know,
that's interesting. See, I normally don't see that perspective, so I find that comment very interesting.
Yes, so it was fun to be able to have that teammate.
You mean you were a little intimidated by the $10,000 bikes?
Yes, I was. But it was like I said, you prepped us well, and your volunteers prepped as well. They said, okay, you're gonna go here next, and here's where your bike's gonna go. Here's your station. So they were very good about making sure we knew what we were doing. Clearly, we looked a little lost, but anyway, it was great. Your volunteers did a fantastic job, and I want to paint the picture because I didn't know what to expect. But the first thing is swim.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The first thing is swim, and it's early in the morning. It is South Beach, which is beautiful. You specifically picked that area because of its beauty.
It's a broad, big, beautiful beach, correct?
Absolutely. And you had lifeguards, you had jet skis in the water.
It's a cast of thousands.
Yes, you had jet skis in the water from lifeguards ready to help and assist.
And it was a sporty swim. I don't know if you saw it. But,
I did.
Yeah, with the Atlantic Ocean, you never know what you're going to get. And our event is in late May, and usually by then the water, calms down. It's not winter surf, but you never know. Yeah. And some days it's like glass, and other days it's sporty. And we did have had chop out there. Yeah. But your comment is right. We had all the Vero Beach lifeguards there. I think there were 8 or 10 lifeguards. And then we also had the jet ski lifeguard from Miami, because Miami is really sort of the headquarters of jet skis and jet skis on lifeguards and jet skis. So, yeah, it's quite a production. You had a huge banner, that said, swim. And then I believe you hired an MC, and Correct.
She is entertaining. It's kind of, I was nervous. And we had Emily was an experienced swimmer from college. So I don't think she was that nervous, but it's that energy. Yeah. And you had that MC just kind of chatting us through, because that was the first leg.
Clarissa, she was terrific. Unfortunately, she's not going to be back. Ironman hired her, and she's going to an event in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the same day as our race. However, that being said, I have a worthy substitute. His name is Tim Neal, and I've seen him at some of the events. He's very experienced, so you'll see, I think, the same professionalism.
And I believe you had a DJ. You had music.
Our sound is awesome. I think our sound is better than Ironman. That's what I've said to people. And we have to have 2 sound systems. We have to have one at transition and then one on the beach. And I've been in some of these races where the beach sound is pretty pitiful. Oftentimes it's a megaphone or just a handheld type device. And so when I started this race, I wanted to have terrific sound, because the announcer starts the event, and we have swim waves, as you saw, so everybody doesn't start at once. And so the whole process of getting the swimmers underway is a big deal. And you really need somebody good, and you really need good sound. I want to also just say that one reason I think the event goes so smoothly is when I started this 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to have the most professional event operator do it, timer, etc. And so I have Summer Sports from Clearmont, Florida, do the race for me, in the sense of all the logistics and setting everything up and etc. And they bring 8 or 9 people down to do this event, and we have just a terrific relationship. Summer Sports has been just great for me, so I want to really thank them for. And they're very enthusiastic about the future of this event. They really like coming to Vero Beach.
Oh well, it was my first time, and I'm a runner, so I am used to the banners and the music, but I didn't know what to expect for a try, because it's so spread out.
Exactly.
You meet on the beach, and just for those who've never been, you start on the beach, and you, like you said before, you have different waves. You call them waves, but different times that
Right.
groups go into the water, so you're not all on top of each other. That's important.
Right.
I'm the runner. I go last, so I was able to enjoy watching our swimmer. And she comes out of the sand, and the big issue in the morning for us was, is she going to come out and put shoes on and go through the parking lot?
Good.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's a good
or
question.
or is she going to? Her husband going to give her flip flops? I think she ended up just barefooting it through the. It was still early in the morning, so the pavement wasn't too hot. But you know, you got to get from the beach to the parking lot,
To the bicycles.
which is where you call it the transition area.
Right.
So it's really fun because then she comes in and the cyclist Mona gets ready, and there's a picture of her starting out, and you've got the banners very clear. And then we can keep track. I believe you've got a tracker, so you can keep track of the athletes. Is that right?
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, and then we kind of know like when she's getting ready to come in, and then I was the last. I ran the final part. And
I know what you were saying. Yeah, we have people on the course
Yes.
who alert people
Yes.
transition who's coming in.
Yes.
And that's what you mean.
So that's really cool. We did the relay, Wally, and I want people to know that you've got a sprint distance and you've got Olympic distance. Do you want to clarify the two?
Right. We do the sprint distance in Olympic, and the sprint is, I'm going to do this in kilometers because that's sort of how I think. The sprint distance is a 750 meter. Well, let's do it in English units because your audience might have our swim is a half-mile swim, and then we have a 12.5-mile bike, and then a 3.1-mile run, 5K. I'm laughing because I think last year I said 3.2 miles because when I do these conversions, sometimes, I going from kilometers to miles. But yeah, so we have I'll round off, we have a 3-mile run. So that's the sprint distance. That's the shortest. And the Olympic is double that length. So it's a mile swim, and it's a 25-mile bike, and a 6-mile run.
So if I remember correctly, the Olympic distance triathletes do the course
twice.
So
right.
like
Our
the swim.
course, exactly. So they do 2 loops on the swim, and then they do 2 bicycle loops, and then they do 2 loops on the run. That's correct.
Seems the simplest way to do it. So
maybe you ought to take a crack at the if you're going to do a relay at the Olympic relay. We have that also. So that would mean you get more bang for your buck out there.
All right, Wally, let's. I love how you're thinking here. We'll see. But as a runner, I know the thing for us is that it's all about the medal. It's all about the medal. And I didn't know what kind of medal we were going to get. By the way, can I say, Wally, I'm going to brag, even though there was only like 3 relay teams, but we did come in first. So
that's terrific.
Yeah, so
you told me last year.
Mona, Emily, and I came in first place for the sprint relay. And but we were thrilled. I love these medals, and I think you designed it. Is that correct?
Exactly. And that's a ship anchor, and if you really look closely, it's essentially a replica of the Spanish fleet anchor, okay, in the 1500s, that a famous Spanish fleet en route from Havana to Spain ran into a hurricane off the coast of Vero Beach and sank, okay, 11 ships. With lots of jewels and gold and silver, okay? And so basically that's the sort of treasure coast, you've heard that term, and the name comes from that Spanish fleet that unfortunately ran into bad weather. But yeah, so I picked that, and as a matter of fact, just last week I designed this year's finisher medal, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. It looks great. It's a little different theme. There's going to be no ship anchor.
Okay.
I like to do different things, but I think you'll like it.
Oh, good. Okay, so runners, you got to be involved somehow because it's going to be an awesome medal. I just know it. This thing is hefty, by the way. It feels like it's, gold around my neck. We have to go to a station break. We're talking about the Vero Beach 3rd annual triathlon, Sunday, May 21st, 2023. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Who's got time to clean? When you need it clean, call Germ Wizards LLC. Using the most up-to-date equipment, Germ Wizards pays strict attention to detail. They make dust disappear. Whether you need your office to sparkle, your home to shine, or you want to give someone a great gift, hire the Germ Wizards. It's easy to get a quote online. There's even an online portal to discuss details directly with your cleaning professional. Visit GermWizardsLLC.com. Make dust disappear with Germ Wizards.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make home ownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, CaliberHomeLoansTreasureCoast.com.
Hey, did you hear the latest about our Florida Highwomen?
No, what?
There's a new Highwomen art gallery in Vero Beach.
Really? Where?
1872 Commerce Avenue.
Wow, when's it open?
7 days a week. Call 954-557-6226 for an appointment anytime.
No kidding?
Just call for your appointment, 954-557-6226, and then go to 1872 Commerce Avenue.
Wow, that's good news.
A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
For those tired of staring at laundry as it piles up, the answer is usually putting it off as long as possible. For most, there's not just another minute to squeeze into a day to get the laundry done. Sunshine Laundries can help. This is Tom Rhodes, owner of Sunshine Laundries, with a reminder that 5 of our locations offer drop-off service. We'll wash, dry, and fold. For locations and hours, we're at sunshinelaundries.com, and with laundromats all along the Treasure Coast.
Welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. We're talking about the 3rd annual Vero Beach Triathlon right here in Vero Beach, Sunday, May 21st, 2023. Registration is open. Before we wrap that up, we want to talk about our sponsors, Dale Sorensen Real Estate. You guys always make sure we get on air those that are beautifying Vero Beach, so we appreciate you so much. If you're buying or selling a home, you can find them at 772-231-4712. Thank you, Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And we also want to thank Varietals. Varietals always make sure that we have wonderful beverages. And I would suggest go get a great bottle of champagne, because when you register for this triathlon, you're going to want to celebrate. It doesn't matter how you place, you're going to want to celebrate that you did it, you completed it. And that's what we did last year. We toasted with some champagne after the triathlon. So we are with the Vero Beach Triathlon race director, Wally Harnischfigger.
There you go.
Yes,
Bravo.
yes. And so listen, let's really get everybody involved here. If you want to register, you guys, they have a website. It's www.verobeachtriathlon.com. Super simple. Early registration, if you want to save a few dollars, it is cheaper by April 30th. So you got a little bit of time to register early. The early deadline is April 30th. When is the last day the official last day to register, Wally?
If you can believe it, we are accepting registrations right up until the starting gun.
Okay.
We can do that now because with cell phones and credit cards, you can process these right away. And Summer Sports is terrific at doing that.
And
historically, we get in running races too, we're getting more and more events that people that sign up right during race week.
Great.
And so if someone really wants to jump in, they can do it right up until the event.
So we only have a minute left. I want to make sure, Wally, everyone understands if you've never done this before, you don't have to be pre-qualified. There's no screening. All you have to do is go on and register. You can do it individually. You can do a relay. You can grab some friends and split that up. So whether you're solo, whether you're with a relay, you don't have to have a fancy $10,000 bike.
Absolutely not. You can just come with what you have.
Yeah, you don't need fancy clothes.
No fancy clothes.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, if you do it enough, you'll kind of discover what works for you. But what I love, Wally, is that we showed up. We were pretty much never done it before, and we're thrilled. So I really want everyone to give it a try.
No, there's really a lot of camaraderie with triathletes. We all had to start somewhere, and we're really excited to see anybody take the first crack at it.
All right, Wally. Well, I will see you there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to sign up. I hope you guys, too. We're talking about the 3rd annual Vero Beach Triathlon, Sunday, May 21st, 2023. See you there. Thanks, Wally.